I see so many families, working families, living on the edge, that one setback just throws them right into crisis.
All these bills that's been accumulating. I'm in a predicament right now. I haven't been working.
I had to grab my baby and get out. We ran to my aunt's with nothing.
One of the hardest parts of losing my job was telling the kids not to expect much for the holidays.
Good evening, sir. We need to get you and your family out of here to safety immediately.
I didn't know where I was going to take my girls.
Every day we come in to adopt a family and there's a new referral for another family in crisis. We have a grandmother who was willing to take her 4 grandchildren to prevent them from going into foster care. Another family that came to us was a mother who has stage 4 colon cancer and is currently receiving chemotherapy. This family's house recently burned down and they had to replace everything. She just took in her sister's 2 younger daughters because her sister was incarcerated. We have one senior, has been in the nursing home for about 15 years, and they have absolutely no family. When the workers send in the referrals to our office, they tell us what's going on in the family situation. And they actually vet the families before they come to us to determine and make sure that the need is there and that the circumstance is critical. And then our job at Adopt a Family is to use what people have given us, all of our sponsors, because we're all donor-based. So whatever we have in our office, in our system, we can give out.
For me, it's extremely difficult. My 2 youngest boys have chronic asthma. And I found myself missing a lot of time from work when they would have asthma triggers. And just as a single mom, it's just an enormous pressure to provide all the things for your children that other children have. And they just don't understand that either you're gonna buy gifts or you're gonna pay the rent that month. And it becomes very difficult because you still wanna provide for your family, but it's just so much pressure.
When I first started here, I'm the homeless advocate, so I would register anyone who's considered homeless. I think maybe we had 4 or 5 my first year here. Last year we had 35.
When you live and work in a local community like Rehoboth, it's easy to forget that there are so many families that need help, and that was one of the reasons why we got started with Adopt a Family, because we wanted to reach out to those families that we don't maybe see every day, but that certainly need the help.
If you could see the faces of the families that we assist, the grandmothers that give you a hug or a kiss, or the kids that smile when you give them a backpack, it just touches your spirit and it touches your heart.
And when I start calling people were so emotional that it made me feel so fuzzy and so emotional that I was doing something great.
Adopt a Family's partnership with the state of Delaware allows us to provide 6 different programs. A clothing closet, emergency assistance, the holiday program, household and hygiene items, our Adopt a Mom program, and the Adopt a Student program. We provide book bags with school supplies for the whole year and gift cards for uniforms.
The budget was tight. He was growing a little fast. Didn't think we would get him a uniform this year. Fortunately, we got a sponsor and we were able to get one.
They're behind from the moment they step in the door if they don't have their supplies. They're not able to keep up with their classmates. They can't complete assignments. And after a while, you can't catch up.
My daughter is an A student, so I never want to disappoint her because she does great. And I know that this is encouragement for her. She needs these school supplies in order to continue doing great in school.
So AstraZeneca and Adopt a Family have been partnered together going on 20 years now. They just do amazing work with what they do, and I love working with them.
Kids who don't have what they need to be successful at the most basic level of supplies, they don't develop that love of education, that connection to school, and they don't see it as a place where they can be happy and safe and successful.
Some crisis situations leave families in need of household goods or baby supplies. We have a very generous pool of donated goods, but sometimes we need to purchase specific items?
Well, we've had somebody just recently that came into my office and they were homeless. Actually, they were living at the ballpark in the dugouts. So I said, do you have any personal products, like toothpaste, toothbrushes, hair? And they said, we have nothing. If we could get help with that, that would be great. So I contacted Adopt a Family and gave them a list of what they needed, and they brought it right over.
We have a unique partnership with the state of Delaware, where they provide us with administrator and office support so that all fundings that come in go directly to client services.
I have looked into other charities in the past and have found that less than 50% of our donations would go directly to those in need. It's important to Omega that the dollars we donate stay within our community. Having grown up in the midst of poverty, I became conscious that just because you are poor, that it doesn't necessarily mean that you are without dignity, and that you deserve dignity and respect.
Our holiday program serves families with children, seniors living in nursing homes, seniors living home alone, and disabled families and individuals.
St. Anne's School has adopted over 40 families over the past 10 years.
We try to pick families that have up to 5 or 6 members because they're usually the hardest to adopt.
Last year we were able to go online, it was the first time they did that, look through the families, pick local families that are in our area, and so we kind of felt a connection with them. And with the help of our great customers here who learn about the families through us, we are able to donate and help the kids have Christmas.
The Christmas I think about a lot of time is when I turned 13, and it's 8 of us, and my mother told me that Christmas that I couldn't receive a gift because she had to do for the younger ones. But my family was loved, and I knew my mother loved me, but I didn't feel that love.
I had a grandfather come into my office one day, and he was applying for benefits because he was actually given his grandchildren permanently because their mother passed away. Well, he wasn't applying for anything but food benefits and Medicaid. And then I also was thinking while he was sitting there, Adopt a Family holiday program would really be good for him. However, I knew that this man would not ask for that. I can't imagine what their holiday would have been like if they didn't have Adopt a Family.
Crisis can happen to any family. Our emergency assistance program addresses those needs.
Adopt a Family is like the little engine that could. They're like guardian angels for all of these people that we refer to them, and they want to help as many people as they can.
They help me with an electric bill. So again, it helped relieve a lot of stress and helped me concentrate on taking care of my family and paying other bills.
A member of Hanover Presbyterian Church saw a need in the community and started a clothing closet here back in the 1970s. It is now what is called Adopt a Family stepped in and helped Hanover manage and keep the clothing closet going. One of the nicest stories, I think, coming from the clothing closet is that someone like Barbara, who started as a customer, who was in need at one time for food and for clothing, then gave back by volunteering.
I was just down. I was down.
Not all the way out, though.
Not all the way out, but
she was down.
But I knew I wasn't standing in need of something like right now.
There are just such a variety of needs. We got a call from a man who had been unemployed for a long time, and he had an opportunity for a job interview, and he needed to have a suit for that interview. The good news is that he is back on his feet now, and life is looking much better for him and his family.
Absolutely.
Every nonprofit needs leadership and people to keep it going. And Adopt a Family has supported Hanover with both of those things so that we've been able to serve the community.
My son received book bags from Adopt a Family years ago, and now he's off to college. I'm super excited for him.
I'd just like to say thank you to the family who adopted me and my children, and and for the other families that adopt families as well, that this is such a special and important cause.
I was lucky that I had a pop-up like him.
We do thousands of children that are in those various families, and it's just heart-wrenching. We're not able to adopt all of those children.
After the fire, we had a safe place to go, thanks to Adopt-A-Family.
They helped us keep our home until we could go back to work.
I got him!
They gave me a crib, they gave me bottles, formulas, diapers. Adopt-A-Family was really there for us when we needed them.
Please help us to help them.